from YouTube, Jeffrey S. asked us, or said, I was wondering if the kilt historically has been worn all the time, or was it more just for ceremonial dress?
Historically?
Mm-hmm. Or nowadays.
Okay.
I don't think he means a long time ago. But.
Yeah. Yes. The it's both and neither. Well, I'm not neither, but the kilt was everyday clothing. The Fila Moor was everyday clothing. People in the Highlands wore it. Period. Current day over in Scotland, the kilt, the Fila Beg, the half kilt as we wear it now, a tailored garment, is not really worn daily. You're seen kind of as eccentric if you're wearing a kilt all the time over in Scotland today. But it's kind of their equivalent to a tuxedo. They will wear it for fancy dress. They will wear it for weddings and important events and that kind of thing. But it's not something that they generally wear every day. Now, there are people who do. There are guys who want to go to the rugby match and wear their kilt to represent Scotland. And there's, Tartan Army kind of thing. Those people wear it on a more regular basis or to different types of events. They don't just keep it, collecting dust in the closet for formal only. But no, it's not something that you generally, it's not like you're going to go over to Scotland and walk down the Royal Mile and see 897 guys in kilts. You're going to see a few buskers. You're going to see some guys in some of the tourist hat kind of shops.
You'll see 800 tourists.
You'll see tourists wearing kilts, yes.
Switching down the Royal Mile there.
But it's not generally worn as everyday kind of clothing, but that doesn't mean you can't. It just means that it's, that's just what's done or not done.
I think it has increased. I think that, as we are part of that trend happening in the U.S., I do think that the impression I've gotten is that there are more people in the U.K., not just Scotland, but in the U.K. who are wearing kilts on a more daily basis. And we get photos from them, semi-regularly. People who just submit photos and stuff are members of the Facebook group that we have. And they're like, hey, I'm over in London or I'm in Edinburgh, and they're kilting all the time. So it's still kind of I want to be special. This is a niche. This is a fashion-forward thing for some of them, or this is I'm really into history kind of a thing. Again, like the eccentric in the classic British sense.
Or I'm really into my heritage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So they're like Jock Scott. Jock Scott.
Yeah, he's in the Highlands.
Yeah, and he's
near Inverness.
Yeah, and he's been doing this for decades, wearing a kilt all the time. And fishing all the time. But yeah, so I think it is on the uptick, but for your average Joe, your average Sean, it's more of a special occasion thing over there. And I don't know when that trend really, you could probably say that goes back as far as the 19th century, easily.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, because you had with the tartan craze under Victoria, and that really cemented the idea of civilians wearing the kilt more regularly. The further back in time you have, the more it is. The military tradition is the only one that's really mattering, and then you have the clan chiefs for special occasions, and then you go back to mid 18th century and Culloden, and before that, that's where you're back into this is what we wear kind of category. Before the 45, yeah. So that was, as we often mention, that was kind of a watershed stop and restart moment.
Turn it off, turn it on again, kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. Not in a pleasant way, but
I'm being flippant on purpose. The one guy that I'll kind of channel my inner Howie Nicholsby here for a second from 21st Century Kilts. He's been quoted as saying that he wants to make the kilts everyday clothing again. That's what it was. That's how it started. Right. And there's no reason to let it just sit in the closet. There's no reason it has to, for him, there's no reason it has to just be tartan. But to get it out, to wear it more often, and just wear it as part of your everyday clothing. And to us, that's part of what we're doing here, is where we wear a kilt, pretty much every day, but we also are doing it for heritage type reasons. Yeah. So it's a mixture of that and tradition and heritage, kind of all blended into one soup, as it were.
Trying to keep it a living tradition, as well as a really timeless and fun and viable fashion option.
Yep.
So yeah, and Howie comes from that unique background of his family was in the business of creating kilts is in the business. So he's kind of like the young scrappy rebel, saying Dad, I don't want to make kilts just for weddings. I want to make kilts for everyone now.
Out of cellophane and snakeskin.
Yeah. Get out of my house! You know, it's not that dramatic.
Yeah.
It's like Dickensian Howie Nicholsby documentary. It's like...
So how do you wear the kilt? Do you keep it in the back of the closet and only bust it out for special occasions? Or do you wear it every single day to celebrate your heritage? Let us know in the comments. If you want to see other videos on formal wear, please check out this playlist down here or this video over here.